Digger update. So sorry I didn't get a video of the first start after bleeding and everything, but as you can see, gauge is working good. It is a little high at the moment, but once you stretch all the boom and all that out, and it's still a tad high, but I've got to drop it down a little bit. But this is the fuel filter housing that we've done. Shine some light on the situation. So 300 TDI filter. This fitting here is off the old battery forklift we got on top of the hill. I just drilled out the thing, popped it on, O-ring on either side with a copper washer against it, and helped seal it up because it originally had O-rings in it. And fuel goes in around. If you need to take the fuel filter off, you've got a tap here you can just turn off, and that stops it from siphoning out the tank. We've got to connect this cable up, which is the earth for the fuel tank. We're not sure what this wire is, but all we know is that it's still live. We don't know where it goes, what it does. We think it belongs to that, but we're not 100% sure. So for now, we're just going to tape it up and cable tie it out the way. And if something doesn't work and we know what it's for, I can't remember disconnecting it. So that's what makes me think that it's part of that. I can't see anything not working in the digger at the moment. So yeah, we've got the exhaust done. As you can see, we've made a little piece sticking out the end, so it comes down, sits onto over that, and then pokes out. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. I am in the process of getting another case digger, 23B I think is the model. We've got the original throttle working. We've got the seat still to put in, floor pan to put in, door to try and sort out. We've just got to try and work out a button system on here. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this out, putting a plate across, and seeing if I can make a push button go on there of some sort. Because this catch isn't too bad. If not, we'll see if we can fit a Land Rover one on, but I think a Land Rover one's just going to be too complicated. Boom, we haven't touched anything on the boom, due to the fact is that the seals all leak, bushes are all worn, and we're not really sure whether this digger is going to get done completely up or whether we're just going to use and abuse it for the next couple of years. But tracks, what we did, we don't know if it's going to work. The tracks, as you can see by the adjustment, they are well out. We put spacers in the idler wheel so it doesn't bubble up and down. I built it up with weld and then just grinded it down till it fit, because those slide bars are a bit worn. It'll be fine. The idler on the other side, I'll show you in a minute, is completely collapsed. Probably wished I hadn't taken it apart really, but hey ho. So our plan is to try and get another one and then raise the roller up an inch, because an inch there is quite a bit in there, and we'll get a little bit more life out of the tracks too then. That's our theory. The tracks aren't actually too badly worn. We've got the pin in one side of these, a little silver pin, which I think might be buried, but oh, it's down there. We have to spot weld in, but I don't want to do it until I know the tracks are good. We've still got that little expansion vessel to fill up with water. But yeah, this side, on the track side of things, it's looking a bit sad because it's got no top roller on it. So this is the top roller here. Now this is the roller. My original plan was to weld that piece of pipe on top, and then like I did that side. But sadly, as you can see inside, she's wore herself right through. But she also, because the bearings are collapsed, she wore herself through all that as well. So that's why we're thinking about getting different style of rollers, and going for gold on that. So yeah, it's just about ready to use. We're going to put the floor in, the seat in. We're going to put that seat back in, I think, for now, and then sort of go from there. We're quite happy with how it's all turned out, or I am anyway. It seems to be running. 7610, we had her out yesterday because we needed to move the digger up to the door to weld, but I need a steering wheel nut, so I took the steering wheel off so you don't accidentally drive off and forget about it. And we're also going to take this off because when you go down into your top gear, it hits one of the nuts in there, and I think it's because it's that much play in there. So we're thinking about doing what we've done with the throttle, as that's working really good. We'll put all the things in there still. The roof, we were going to try and fix the roof up, but now I think we're just going to put the radio in and we're just going to use it as it is. We're going to see if we can get a complete cab down for it, and put another cab on. We have got to drain all the oil out the back end, take the four-wheel drive drop box off and see why the four-wheel drive system isn't disengaging. Also, we've got to take tyres off the dual wheels and put onto those wheels, and put those wheels onto the dual wheels and put them on. Depending on how things go, we run out of time, we may end up just putting air in these tyres and whacking them on for now, while I wait for the spacer bands to turn up, and I might just order 2 new tyres and put them on. I don't know, these tyres have got good tread on them, so I'm thinking about putting these on the dual wheels. They'll be alright. So, but yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to go and have some breakfast. Been over here since 5 o'clock this morning, and then my next plan is to start putting the floor in and getting all that sorted. I've sort of lost a bit of interest in it really because of the top rollers. I can't seem to buy any, and it's really what's going to stop us from using the machine altogether. So I just haven't fully decided on how I'm going about it yet, but think of something. Hopefully. We've got a little bit of wiring to sort out in there. Then we'll put all the cab together, put the seat in, get all that sorted, and then hopefully go for gold. I also got to find a pin for the bucket, but I got to put the other bucket on, so I'm not really too worried. And then my first job she'll be doing is finishing off our cesspit tank, basically. So turn the lights off, but it's not a bad morning. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday. Yesterday morning wasn't too bad, but it started raining quite a bit as things goes on. So this is the second hydraulic fitting I had. So as you can see, it wasn't the right size, and they have an O-ring on either side. That one's fallen out. So all I did was drilled it out until the bolt fitted through. I might have to do it for this one for the dumper, because we're going to convert the dumper as well. But hopefully you guys can help me out. So I have a 2-ton dumper, all drive, Thwaites all drive. Now I need to order some parts for it, and the main part I need to order is that bearing in there. But I also need to order the piece for the diff. We've got a 300 TDI air filter, which we've got to make a bracket for to go into Moha. So my theory is, depending on how it goes, is to make a bracket to sit on here and then have the 300 TDI air filter sitting there, or we sit the 300 TDI air filter on the outside. I haven't fully decided. But, also, we're doing away with this fuel filter system because there's a little glass bowl at the bottom down there. So we're going to take that off, put that, literally just going to hopefully put a 300 TDI filter right in place of it, and then connect the line straight into it. That is our plan. That's what I need the other banjo bolt for. And then we'll put, we'll then do away with that filter down there. because I think that filter is sucking in air. So we're going to do away with that one and then have fuel go direct to the injector, no pump. For the return on the thing, we're going to replace that with a complete new fuel line as well. We still hope to put the 300 TDI filter there if it doesn't catch the bodywork, but we'll see how it goes. It's a shame. I quite like the system we had up, but sadly it didn't really want to work. So you can't make things work if they don't want to work. Yeah, that's about it really. For under there, the main things I need is, I'd like to get a steering ram, because this one's all pitted and leaks oil. So I had a thought on the steering ram side of things, and I'm thinking about using a top link one off a tractor, double acting top link one. Don't know what you guys think of that. Let me know what you think, but that's what I'm thinking. And I could do with the swivel rams as well, but that's not the main concern. The main concern is this little bit under here. It's got a bit of play in there, plus this prop shaft is about to shit itself. Now, I was contemplating a Land Rover prop shaft, but I don't know if that would work. But you can see those swivel rams are in bad state. So it looks like front axle leaks oil too. So, but I'm not too concerned. I'll get the engine going and just use it as it is if I have to. She's not the fanciest machine in the world by all means. It's a shame really, because she is a nice machine. Grease nipples for the handbrake, is it? Oh no, that's for the clutch. So yeah, I'm gonna have to thinking about either fixing this one up, if we can get parts for it. I'm just not sure what model it is, and we eventually would like to strip it right down and rebuild the whole thing. That's engine included. But if not, we are just going to use an abuser on the farm, because we have a tendency of doing things like that. And then we will thingy. I've got a seat to put on it as well, and we're also going to have it so that we can carry the spare wheel, hopefully, on here. The downside to this putting a spare wheel on, we don't think you'll be able to open this up, so its measurements all got to be taken in tow. This here isn't really for anything towing anything heavy. What it was for was if I was heading to a job site out along the camp, I'd stick a road trailer on the back and tow my motorbike in there, and I'd use the motorbike to come back. But that could be heading to Stanley, as my little business I've set up in town seems to be thriving at the moment, and I'd like to thank all my customers and coming customers, from landscaping to seeding to building fences to cleaning out yards to doing just about anything. We've really kept ourselves quite busy. So the process of getting that digger sorted was to take into town to do a job, but now I've bought this other one. I've got to weld up the boom. In fact, I showed a video of it when I was fixing the Manitou forklift, where the piece had broken in the thing. I've bought it as it is state. It's been partly stripped, but hopefully we can put it together and get it usable. And then I've just got to try and find a trailer or something. So the plan is to try and get the tractor sorted to the point where I can sit it back outside, get the digger sorted so I can sit that back outside, and then bring in a trailer and modify it to cut the digger. That's the plan. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and hopefully the next video will be a while on the digger, because we're going to have to wait for some parts to come down, and that's going to take about 2 to 3 months if we have to come by sea. Hopefully I can get someone to send them down by air. I have emailed people, and I'll also see if I can find any locally. But until then, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.